Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Where there is a problem, there only the solution should reach. For example, if the problem is in the stomach, I had that problem when I came here. So I went inside the kitchen. They were not in a mood to offer me anything. But because I am self sufficient, I went inside, started searching, and I got something to eat. Till such time, the things were in a container, the problem was not solved. The things from the plate must enter the plate, and then only the problem is solved. So when we talk about the stressful life and all kinds of things, where is stressful life? In the trees also there is life. In the animals there is also life. In the birds, where is the stress? Stress is nowhere outside. Stress is in our mind. When we snore away, what we call sound sleep, that time those who are awake, they are in stress. And those who are snoring away, they are relaxed. So once we are clear about this point, that the stress is in the mind, and therefore to remove the stress from the mind, we have to start working on the mind. Object outside is not a stress. Seeing that object or knowing that object is also not a stress. But when we start, by default, anything that we see, we have the following things. Being typical Indians, we have got following things. First, anything we see, we have to have a comment. Anything we see, we have to evaluate. Anything we see, we have to label it as good or bad. And we are all expert in everybody's job except ours. See? These default settings must be corrected. See? Like I see, this is oh beautiful. Look at it, beautiful, and go ahead. But then we begin. Hey, it's so nice. Where did you get it? It looks to be from Alaska, I think. You must have gone there. Mind is breeding thoughts. This thought breeding process is the cause of all the stress. See? And how can we arrest this thought breeding habit of our mind? Like we have got habit in our physical things. Like I had a habit, now I have stopped that to a great extent, playing with my beard. Because one girl asked in a college after my lecture, Swamiji, why are you playing with your beard? I said, are you jealous or what? But why you play? I said, it's none of your business. If it is a problem, it's a problem for you, not for me. See, we have developed that habit. Then we have to have comment, advice, something or other to say. So one of the technique by which we can get rid of this stress developing habit, and it can happen only through wisdom. There is no other way. Through wisdom, if you do something, it will yield results. And through depression, you will do something, it won't yield results. in both the cases, wisdom as well as frustration, both the things lead to the same end, that is, withdrawal from the world. A wise person also withdraws from the world, but he is not miserable, he is not frustrated, he is not disgusted with the world. The ignorant person also withdraws from the world, but he is depressed, dejected, and bitter about the world. See? And where is this bitterness in that man? In his mind. Therefore, friends, all the spiritual practice that we can think of is only working on your mind. If we are able to understand this principle, then our attention will be all the time on three qualities of our mind. The three qualities are: mind must be quiet. Second thing, the mind must be alert, and the mind must be vigilant. Quiet mind means like the mirror. Mirror never reacts to the contents which come in front of him. Then he reflects, doesn't reject anything. At the same time, doesn't retain anything. Now apply this principle to our mind. We see the whole world very beautiful, very nice, and go ahead. But what happens? Default settings. We are not vigilant. Vigilant about when we are interacting with the world, be very attentive. When we are interacting with the world, are we creating impressions on our mind, or we are not creating impressions on our mind? Very simple rule. Normally what happens? Every interaction creates an impression on our mind. And impressions are only of two types. There is no third impression. And impression is, I like something, I don't like something. So when I like something, when I like something, what will be my approach to life? I will run after that what I like. And when I don't like something, what will be my approach? I'll run away from what I don't like. So what is our total life? Milkha Singh. Run or run. Either towards the world or away from the world. Until such time we don't understand this trick of the mind, we will be only complaining about the stress and the world and the frustration. So we have to know how the mind functions. See, like we are working, for example, technical support. So we sell some rubbish, and when the customer is using it, his laptop or his whole system gets crashed. Then he calls you. After I got software from you, my whole system is crashed. It recently happened. I use Macintosh, and I never normally avoid, but I don't know why I did it in Mumbai. Updates. So I did some updates, and after that, that MacBook Pro won't start. Now, the next day I was supposed to leave for USA. Oh my God! Now what to do? What to do? And I had one bootable whole disk with me separately, so I put it there and started. So it started, and then again it continued started. Again the same thing happened when I was in US. That again some updates were done, and again it happened. So I had to take it to the Apple fellows. They did the complete health checkup. He's perfectly all right. And then why it is something like he's all norms are okay, only thing he's dead. Correct? I say, you tell me something. They say, we also don't know what happened. Then I say, you do something. And then the normal thing you all know, when you fail, then acha, let us reboot it. So switch it off, switch it on. Is it not? Exactly the same way, start working on your mind. And what is the work? When we are interacting with something or somebody, are impressions forming on our mind or not? And when the impressions are formed, either liking or disliking, that result is we are slowly gathering so many depths of likes and dislikes that initially we have hair thin lines of likes and dislikes on our mind. Suppose this chest of mine is the mind. So there are only two lines. Normally the mind is flat, no problem. Then likes, dislike, very thin. Every day, in every interaction, we keep on having likes, dislike, like, dislike. Slowly, slowly, these hair thin lines become thick lines, then they become roads, then they become um, valleys, and as the age grows, our personal likes and dislikes become so strong that becomes our second nature. And this we have to take care. Nobody can do it for us. There is no proxy to lead a happy life. We have to discover that. And therefore, if our mind is vigilant, quiet it is, and vigilant. Now, what is the vigilant mind? This aspect. When we interact, are we gathering impressions or are we learning from that interaction? Now, we have got two options. Now, one example I'll give is a very simple example. Everybody has done that. During our childhood, sometime or the other, we happened to touch fire and our hand got burned. So, we have learned fire burns. And therefore, throughout our life, we do not have liking or disliking for fire because we have learned. So, what is the technique? To get freedom from the stress and strain while interacting with the world, this is the technique. Learn from your every experience. And this is possible if we take every interaction with the world as our spiritual examination. Every event, every time, it is a spiritual examination. And when you are facing examination, you can't be rude, you can't be wrong, you don't have to reply in examination, you have to answer. See, when the students write their exam, those papers, books are called as answer books. They are not called a reply book. Reply could be anything. In a school, the teacher had asked the question, tell which is the capital of America. Now the student replied, sir, you don't know even this? Who made you teacher? See, that was a reply. It was not an answer. Answer we have to discover. And we can discover that answer only if we have taken this as a project. And our every interaction with the world is our examination, and we have to pass through. No way out. And how this is possible? This example I have given in so many places is such a simple thing. Like this sweet little girl, There was one boy. It happened in somewhere in India, and I was talking on Kenopanishad. And um, after I was staying with them, after my lecture, we came back. Husband, wife, that small boy, and myself, four of us. We came, and a wife prepared nice parathas. They are Punjabi family. Nice paratha and everything nice. So it was kept, and we are going to eat. That very moment, this my friend, he received some phone call. He said, Swamiji, I have to go urgently. I am on call. I can't avoid. I said, go. I don't need you. I got paratha. So he went. The moment he left, then I discovered. That's what I tell you. All my examples is only by this technique. Learn, learn, learn. Real spiritual life is not anything else except learning from your experiences. Everything. So I was sitting, and then what I learned. She says, Swamiji, yes, Mama. And I was given nice paratha and all that. Whenever the wife praises the husband, there is some danger in that. She started telling, Swamiji, he doesn't have any bad habits, he doesn't go to club, he doesn't go for drinking, he doesn't smoke, he is not a non-vegetarian, blah, 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 blah. So many good things. I knew what is coming now. After such a great tempo was developed, but everything gone. So she said, Swamiji, everything is but. Now when you give somebody to eat paratha, give achar, dahi. What is this? Complain. So she said, but once he is angry, he becomes so mad, it is impossible to deal with his anger. And how many times anger will come, nobody knows. Suddenly he will flare up. So I was keeping quiet, enjoying paratha. What to do? So that boy who was listening regularly was coming for the morning class. He said, Swamiji, may I reply Mummy's question? I said, oh my dear Chela, go ahead. And he started telling. He said, Mom, do you know what Swamiji taught us today? The child could learn. Elders only complain, they don't learn. Therefore, one of the most important spiritual practices. One is learn. Second is don't complain. Elderly people have no questions, only complaints. Learn. So that child told. Swamiji taught us today, remember? I don't know what Sanskrit he told, but understanding I have. In English I can tell you. And he told, Swamiji told, that everything is Brahman. You are Brahman, I am Brahman, Swamiji is Brahman, Papa is Brahman, this paratha is Brahman, table is Brahman. The child has understood this. He said, so what? So, Mama, you have to only know that. Somebody said something with thee. You have to know that. I said, yes, you have to know that. Then he went for his originality. He said, like there are different brands of biscuits or chocolates. Parle-G, Britannia biscuit, inside they don't write Britannia fully, or suppose nice biscuits are there. They don't write nice, they write BIL, Britannia Industries Limited. I said, no, it's not that, it is brother-in-law. So, like there are many different brands of biscuits or chocolates, exactly the same way, Swamiji told, there are different brands of Brahman, God. My God, the originality coming out. Then he said, like you are Mom Brahman, Swamiji Brahman, a brand. Same way, our Papa is an angry Brahman. Don't forget that Brahman. See, friends, the day you take this approach in life, that from every experience, every event, we have to learn. Friends, I tell you, I guarantee you, rather, on behalf of Lord, nothing happens in our life which is not useful for us. Nothing happens. Every event is designed for our evolution, provided we don't react, but we respond. Reaction is a default settings. We'll be constantly only living whole life with default settings. One old lady, about her children told me, Swamiji, you please, Mama, she is constantly worrying. And the children were also very small. The youngest child was retired brigadier. Youngest child was retired brigadier. So that old lady must be how much? She was something like 89, 19, not out. Her complaint, worrying. Swami, these people don't understand anything. They don't take care of the children, the grandchildren, constantly going on. So the children told me, Swamiji, please tell mommy, so much worry a whole day. So people use us. So I was told, go and talk. I said, Mama, there is a complaint filed against you. You unnecessarily worry about everything. She became so wild on me. She said, you came to tell me this. This is the only thing I can do. If I can't do this, then what will I do? So the complaining and worrying has become her second nature. Exactly this is how we have developed our second nature. Our essential nature is divine. Second nature we have developed. Like anybody who starts smoking. Nobody is born with a cigarette in the mouth and a lighter in the hand. How they start? They develop that slowly. So initially they will be smoking very few cigarettes. Afterwards they will be smoking so much that after that cigarette starts smoking that man. He becomes a victim. And then Maharaji, kuch karo. And then the best way for us is go to Babaji. Babaji, please kripa karo. Punjabi, they put their head in front of you. Please put your palm. I said, I don't know how to clean and dirty my palm. All your pap will come in my hand. See? Therefore, friends, stop that completely. We should not allow the second nature to overpower our essential nature. Our essential nature is divine. Whether you know or you don't know, whether you want or you don't want, you are divine. Allow that divinity to express through you. And why this divinity is unable to express? Because it is covered with so many layers and layers and layers. Just watch next time when you are interacting with anything. Anything that you see. For example, I am seeing this mic system. Yes, it is good, very nice. Go ahead. But then I start thinking, oh, it's very nice, good one, nice, this much hall. But is a smaller size available? Can it go with me in my bag? So when I go next time, mind has started immediately. Anything that we see, mind has to start projections. And all these projections ultimately end in what we call a desire. And then that desire becomes so powerful that we are compelled to act in favor of the desire. See, friends, therefore, what is the cause of all the worries and tensions in life is the disease name is desire. Now, desires are about what? Desires are always about the finite. There is no desire about the infinite. And finite desires can never be fulfilled. If we look within our own life, right from childhood, what we have done. If we have to write in one line our biography, what we will write? We have been constantly struggling to fulfill our desires. Yet, till date, desires are not completely fulfilled. That's all. Therefore, if we want to get rid of the desired virus from our system, we must know how this desire virus is affecting. You know, there are three types of viruses. One is called a biological virus, that we know HIV or H1N1 biological virus. Second one is the logical virus. You are all softies, you know. The computer thing is a logical fallacy, is a logical virus. One is biological virus, second is logical virus. Third is illogical virus. That illogical virus is I. Next time you watch or you see for yourself, whenever we talk to others, what is the theme of that talk? Only one theme, about our past. Watch. That is why I didn't allow him to talk. If you don't bring your past in the present, you have nothing to talk. Give it a try. This quality of your mind is a divine quality. Stress and strain and frustration is what? It is something like, one example will make it clear. One of my professional hazards is going and taking food in people's place. And 365 multiplied by 3. So many houses I go and take food. And if I am committing sins, it is only one sin. That is, I am telling lies that the food is good. So what I have discovered now these days, new technique. The technique is, before taking food, I say, now everybody should chant with me, आज का भोजन, before eating, आज का भोजन बहुत अच्छा है. Then afterwards you don't have to tell lies. See friends, again and again, look within. And once this is understood, then you will see that how the desires are manufactured in our mind. Nobody can help us in this. We have to ourselves understand. See, when um, I was in their house, that Amma was preparing something, and I reached that very moment. And husband was talking soliloquy to himself, but wife should also hear. Look here, this iPhone I have recently bought, but it is hanging up. I don't know, these people take the money and the battery goes very fast and it hangs up. I don't know what to do. That very moment I entered, wife was very happy to see the husband frustrated. She said, you know only about complaining about everything. Go and ask Swamiji why the phone is hanging. Look here, I am not a phone expert. He says, Swamiji, I am referred to you. You are an expert. My phone is hanging. I don't know what to do. Please help me. I said, I also don't know, but I can always bluff. Then I said, now only follow my instruction. Don't argue. Agreed? He said, all right. I said, go to settings. You have to settings. Scroll. Yes. Now there is one option. Restore factory settings. Click there. Now there are two options. All data will be erased. Say yes, it is yes. And complete data gone. I said, now restart. He restarted. It went up very well. Oh, really? Swamiji, what my wife tells is true. Really, you know. I said, look here. Forget about phone. This is your and my story. Why the phone hangs? Because every device has its own capacity. See? And useless phones like iPhone, you can't add any additional memory to that. On the contrary, go to my Samsung, you can add 256 GB. One of my friend asked me, Saviji, how come you don't use iPhone? I said, I am not egoistic. You are all mathematics great students. You know, there is one thing in your mathematics is called a small I. What is that small I? It is non-existing figure, but it is used in solving many problems. And after the problem is solved, then the I is deleted. It has no value. Exactly the same way, the iPhone, I, very limited value. Contrary to that, go to Samsung. Samsung means what? Shama Sangha. You are with the Lord. See, friends. So, exactly the same way, we are all factory setting wise perfect. We are all born cheerful, happy, no question of any problem. But as we start growing, free download, free apps. If you just look within your own phones, what percentage of apps we use? Not even 5%. There are so many apps, and we have to remove them, but all the time they are on. Naturally, the battery will be eaten away. That we don't know, and we start complaining. Same thing is happening inside. So many apps are constantly running. Husband, wife, brother, mother, father, office. What will happen? See, friends. Therefore, we have to do one simple thing, and it is very, very simple. Therefore, you will never do it. If I tell you something complicated, you will do it. Suppose I tell you, you stand in the Ganges water up to chest deep and raise your hand above and keep the Rudraksha Mala in your hand and start chanting Gayatri Mantra only for 2400,000 times. That is the Puruscharan. You will do it. I have no doubt about it. But if I tell you what now I am going to tell, you will never do that. Why? It is very simple. It is extremely simple. What is that? Be attentive. Wherever you are, whatever you are, whenever you are, be 100%. You have learned everything. More than that, nothing is required. Then you have no time to complain. Who complains? Who suffers in life? Never. When a person is busy, he never suffers. Why the old people are miserable in this world? Only because they have 24 hours free at their disposal. Now, what to do with that? What to do with that? Then we keep on accumulating all rubbish things. Because there is only time, time, time. Nobody suffers in this world because of shortage of time. People suffer because of excess of time. See, my friends, we have to learn that. And it can be done very simple way. Wherever you are, whatever you are, whenever you are, be 100%. That is called as living in meditation. That is called as God realization. That is called as Jivan Mukta. Now take for example, at this moment, I am a speaker. So I should remain only as a speaker at this moment. Nothing else. But if I am sitting in front of you and I see some of you and I am reminded of somebody, then I am not what I should be. So, whenever, whatever, wherever I am, if I am 100%, it is a completely integrated personality. So, like I am here, fully available for the job I am supposed to do, so I am a Vakta speaker. The story doesn't end. You are a Shrota, listener, or a Sota, sleeper. Think. I have been talking for last 36 minutes. Out of last 36 minutes, how many minutes you have heard me? Huh? Even this is not heard. Mind is running here and there. What will you do? Ram, 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 ram. See, friends, this is all real spiritual life. Like we take care of our house. How beautiful this house is. Nice, well painted. Things are in the right place. Walls are decorated. Very good. Food. Oh, we take only organic food. See? Everything is organic. Water is also organic. Organic water is what? Gomutra. Ram, Ram. Organic, organic, organic. And then I am not non-vegetarian. These vegetarian people, they think they are superior. I am not non-vegetarian. I am vegetarian. Unka baap. Superior than the next breed is born. You know who are they? I am vegan. You have to say it in style. You can't don't say. Like you can say, I am a vegetarian, useless. Vegan, you have to say in style. This I learned in Mexico recently when I went. I was thinking it will be difficult for us to get vegetarian food. But surprising, I moved at least 8, 9 places. And every time we had to eat only in the restaurants. And surprisingly, these vegetarian vegan restaurants are plentifully available. Everywhere you go, you get it. See? So, I am like this, I am like that, superior than others. No, friends. Spiritual life is wherever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. So, as we take care of everything outside, we take care of our food, we take care of our clothing, matching, is it not? Although I am a Babaji, you see my shirt and lungi are matching. Do you know how I started this? Again, learning from these sweet kids like this. In a school, in some place, after my lecture was over, a general assembly I spoke for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And the students have to go to their classes. When all were going, one sweet little girl, maybe about 12, 13 years, she came. And she said, Swamiji, I liked your lecture very much. I said, thank you, beta. Go to your class. No, I'll go, but I want to ask you one thing. Yes. You will not scold me? I said, no, I will not scold you. If I tell you that you are wrong, I said, even then I will not scold you. Tell me. Your lungi and shirt are not matching. Your lungi is dyed in the cotton one and shirt is terracotta. It is different color. It doesn't look good. I said, I promise you, hereafter, I will never do that mistake. That day I discovered one principle. Bhagavad Gita gives this principle. Yad yadacharati shrestha tattadeve taro janaha sayat pramanam kurute loka tadanuvartate. Whatever elders are demonstrating in their life through action, that alone becomes an ideal for the youngsters. So yad pramanam kurute, what kind of literature the elders are reading in the room, in the house, that will become the ideal for the children. The parents or the elders are reading all the time, ewes weekly, cows weekly, donkeys weekly. Do you think the children will read Bhagavad Gita? See, friends, in this manner, when we are again and again becoming aware that somebody is watching me. See, there is one, this, what you call, CCTV company in India. Their slogan is, ऊपर वाला देख रहा है. Somebody seeing you. Therefore, all the problems come from within because we have never taken care of our mind. So, how to take care of our mind? Try this principle. Don't bring your past. Whatever you are doing, do it joyfully, not in a frustrating manner. Don't worry, don't worry. Let him play, it's okay. See? Our mind is not under our control, and we want to control the kids. They will listen. They are children, they are like that. It's okay, never mind. So, when we take this as our straight spiritual practice, refuse to get disturbed because of anything in life. No disturbance required. Those who become disturbed, miserable, angry, frustrated because of others, they are the fools of the highest order. This principle I learned. Once one boy somewhere on an airport met me and he said, as usual, Swamiji, I am your fan. I said, look here, keep moving. Why are you stationary? No, I want to ask you a question. You keep on moving everywhere, give talks, but people don't improve. They are the same thing. Don't you feel frustrated and disgusted? You have been talking, but people don't change. I say, look here, I am not mad. I don't want them to change. They should continue to be miserable. Then my market is maintained. If all of them become wise, where will I go? You know that prayer of the doctors? Sarve bhavantu roginaha. No doctor likes a healthy person. You see all the doctors don't have a single healthy man. All the bimar. Dard here, dard there. You beta. Kapo. Therefore, we have to overlook all the unwanted things in this world. And attention should be exclusively on our own mind. Why should we get disturbed because of anybody or anything? If we get disturbed because of the kids, then we require a lot of polishing. Slowly, that becomes our sadhana. So whatever we do, wholeheartedly, happily, cheerfully, you will never be tired in life. You will never be frustrated, and you will never talk about retirement in life. A mother never retires because she loves her children. We become frustrated because we have not learned how to learn from our own life's experiences. And when this is clear, now the question comes, what is the source of disturbance? It is the desire. Now if it is desire, how the desire is born? Desire is born in the following way. Just an example. Suppose you are walking somewhere barefooted and some thorn goes in your foot. And you are going such a way that you didn't notice exactly, you just rub again and go ahead. That time it is okay. But after some time, slowly, that foreign body starts reacting the tissues. And the tissues start becoming inflamed. And if you don't take care, some infection may enter, it will become an abscess, it will become painful. Then what we do? We go to the doctor. Action is followed. We go to the doctor. And the doctor will see and remove the foreign body from the foot. After the foreign body is removed, then in due time, slowly, the body has got the self healing technology built in. Slowly, it will heal itself. The moment foreign body is gone, if this example is clear, now look within. Whatever we have given importance to, that object or that person enters our mind. And it is a foreign body for the mind. And as a result of that entry of the foreign body in the mind, there is the inflammation. And that inflammation is called as desire. And being inflammation, it is painful. It is uncomfortable. Therefore, what we will do, we will go to the doctor. In this case, we will like to remove the foreign body. See, like I get up in the morning for no reason very early. And then I want to have a cup of tea. So anywhere house I go, I told Sudeep also. I said, please keep everything here on the table. So morning when I get up, I have my own tea. Because morning happens, then my mind starts japa. Tea, 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 tea. And I become so uneasy. Then what will I do? I'll go prepare a cup of tea, take it, ha ha, Brahmanandam, Paramasukadam. And then I come to discover, oh, because I had no tea, I was disturbed. Now I have tea, I am happy. Therefore, happiness has come from tea. This is our wrong understanding. If tea is a source of happiness, everybody will like tea. But it doesn't happen. Then start inquiry. But I can't deny my own experience that I really enjoy a cup of tea. So where from that happiness comes? Then you will discover disturbed mind is desire laden. Mind which is free from the desires is happiness. Earlier disturbance was I want tea, I want tea, I want tea. You get tea, that desire is quieted. You are at peace. Then second desire. Biscuit me? I want biscuit, I will. You got one biscuit. Don't you have any other biscuit? Another desire. There is no end to it. Therefore, friends, we are all disturbed, tense, etc. only because of this virus desire. And what is the desire? We are not satisfied with what we are having. More and more and more and more and more. There is no end to it. As we take care of outside things, we have to now start working on inside things. We have to start working on our own mind. The day a person starts working on his or her own mind, that day it is a new birth. A seeker is born. This body which is given to us by the parents, this will one day become old and die. But the seeker who is born, he never dies. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan vam prapadyate. And therefore we come across so many small kids. There used to be one Tamil boy. His name was Hari. I don't know where is he now. When I used to study, I was studying Upanishad, Gita, etc. And he was very fond of me for no reason. And he was hardly 5, 6 years of age. And he used to tell, Uncle, I want to come with you. Uncle, I want to come. I say, you call me anything, don't call me uncle. So he will come with me. I said, one condition, you are not going to talk. You are not going to go here and there for playing. You are sitting in one place. Because where I was studying, it was all Himalayas and mountains and beautiful things. So he will come and sit there. Normally, my one sitting used to be about 3, 4, 5 hours. And those 4, 5 hours, he will not move anywhere. Simply sit in one posture. His mother used to say, Swamiji, what jadoo you have done on him? Are you doing some magic or what? He is so uneasy, uncomfortable all the time, but with you he sits so quiet. What is the logic? Logic is this. He must have been a seeker in his last life. Therefore, you come across there are children right from childhood. They are very quiet. They are very contemplative. See, friends, those who have started working on their mind, it is a new birth. What is most important in this whole universe is our peace of mind. If our peace of mind we don't take care, even God cannot help us. That is all the spiritual practice. Mind your mind. And for that, we have to keep this ideal in front of us. Mind must be quiet, alert, and vigilant. Three things. When the mind is quiet, then only knowledge can be received. Now you are listening to satsang. How to listen to satsang? Great masters give this example. This I referred in one of my books, Sadachar. You must have seen, or not, then go and see sometime, how the monkeys eat. We should listen to satsang like the monkeys. What they do, where their things are available, chickpeas or anything, they will keep on piling up in their mouth. Collect as much as possible. They have got pouches. They'll eat. And after it's over, that means satsang is over. Now they'll go on some tree in a quiet place. Nobody disturbs them. Then they'll be taking out one chickpea, chew it, swallow it. Take out second chickpea, chew it, swallow it. Exactly the same way. Now you have heard. Collect all these ideas. Don't climb on the tree. You don't have tail. Don't forget that. Then, whenever you are by yourself, spend some time. Take any one idea. Really, when we were told that the highest spiritual practice is to be wherever we are, whatever we are, whenever we are, 100%. So now what I am doing? Now I am sitting for my prayers. So now at this moment, I am only the devotee of the Lord. I am nobody other than this. So if I am a devotee of the Lord, what will be the theme of my mind? God. How long I am going to sit for? Half an hour. So half an hour, no other business. Anything you take. You are cooking, enjoy cooking. Your whole life will have a beautiful garden of peace and joy. But we are all the time agitated, frustrated, angry. Oh. Relax, man, relax. In Delhi, people were expert. Whenever they used to see the red light, like the bulls, they will charge. Normally, a red light is meant for stopping the car. But Delhi people are abnormal. Whenever they will see the red light, they will charge. So what the government has done very intelligently. On the red light, they have written, relax. As much activity is important in life, so much relaxation is also important in life. See, friends. And this relaxation is not all the time sleepy, but remain fully, whatever you have to do, completely in that. Rest of the things should not disturb us. Disturbance will be there. But if we get disturbed by the disturbances, we are not the seekers of truth. Like an NRI was driving me from Mumbai to Pune. Those days there was no express highway. We had to go by the national highway and lot of, in India very well. When we were going, suddenly a herd of buffaloes was crossing. And my friend, he was from USA only, NRI, he said, Swamiji, why there are buffaloes on the road? I said, do you think I am buffalo? You are asking me? Go and ask them. Then I said, what do you know about India? In India, democracy is not limited to human beings. It is extended to all beings. See? Then I asked him, you tell me, you have a driving license or the buffaloes have a walking license? If you have a driving license, you should be efficient. Don't complain. Those who have got tension, stress in life is only because of this habit. They complain about everything. And if nothing is available, poor God is omnipresent. Oh God, why did you create this world? Just to trouble you. Take this vow. You are not going to complain about anything or anybody in the world. See the change in life. See, friends. Taking these children, poor fellows, constantly on their head. Children learn through demonstration of our life. See? Because scientifically speaking, we are all Darwinian descendants, isn't it? Bandar ke bacche. So how the monkeys learn? Not by teaching, but by action. If you want to see the real freedom for the monkeys in the world, go to Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, monkeys are more at home than the human beings. Everybody's house is very strongly guarded by steel rods and mesh, very strong. And there, you cannot complain, you cannot kill, you cannot do anything to the monkeys. Oh, you are going to complain all the time? No. Adapt yourself. See, like here you get in this place a lot of snow. So to whom will you complain? You have to adapt yourself. Exactly the same way. When this philosophy we start adopting in our life, no complaints, adjust yourself and go ahead. And this all thing put together is only one principle. Work on your mind. Find out the weaknesses of the mind. One day you will discover this principle, which I am telling you. The principle is whatever we have given importance to, that becomes the source of disturbance for us. Very simple rule. Whatever you give importance to, you give importance to cleanliness. You will see dirt everywhere. You give importance to perfection. You will be perfectly miserable because you are a perfectionist. You give importance to the children. Children will make you miserable. See, friends, the day you learn this, that the source of disturbance, stress, strain is we have created. And the day you discover this, thereafter you will start focusing on yourself. What our conditioning is like one wife was very huge. This time when I came from which place I came? Raleigh to this place. And next to me there was one Amma sitting. She was so huge, so tall, so fat. And before her I was sitting like this. And she was constantly doing. So I couldn't stop. I said, Mama, is it very hot? I'm from Minnesota. It's too hot for me. So, such a huge wife. And her husband used to tell her that you have to reduce your weight. It will not help you in the long run. In old age, your bones will be cracking because of this. Do something. Then, just to inspire her, you should never inspire a wife. To inspire her, he told, look here, how much you weigh? 500 pounds. Very good. If you are on moon, you will be only 300 pounds. But if you go on Mars, you will be only less than 100 pounds. Oh, husband thought he is very intelligent. But no husband is intelligent. Because intelligent people never become husband. So he thought that he is very intelligent, and just to pursue her to reduce the weight. Then she said, oh, now I understand. I am on the wrong planet. But my weight is increased. He is not ready to listen. When we don't recognize our own weaknesses, who can help us? Therefore, stop complaining, learn from every experience, and the practice is only this. Wherever you are, whatever you are, whenever you are, be 100%. Simple. I am not giving a mala in your hand. I am not putting a .com on your head. I am not telling you to give dakshina. I am not telling you to do pradakshina. No. Only this simple thing. Give it a try and be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.